Yeah, okay. But it's not me too.
Could you me that say? First of all, Mamika said, Charlie, the building is beautiful. That's why the name people. Now, make sure videos. You know, I wish that was the National Museum.
Yeah.
My
for
dad,
the country.
My dad is a former administrator of the National Museum of Science and
Yeah, they were
Tech. Yes,
yeah,
they
tech.
were,
You know. TUC
opposite of the Honor. So we used to go there a lot.
Okay.
He was in the main one, the one before the
this
Science
one.
and Technology.
Okay.
There. So we used to go there. So I know my dad goes to the beach. He picks these shells, seashells, anything at all he sees on that appears to be unique. He'll pick it. It will be brave. So I know the value of keeping some of these things for historical purposes. Now, let me get to the main point. You see, despite have acquired so many cars in the water be brave, but he wants to leave a lasting memory of the vehicles he drove and owned, which is, it's understandable. Now, let me pick it from your context of narration now.
Okay.
You've said so many things, and essence, that's a power for some of the most important points I always hear. You see, Elvis Presley, Oko Graceland, our US, Nifi, has been left with even the sheet of paper over there. Elvis has a small building inside his mansion.
Okay.
That's where he keeps his accounts. Do you know that Elvis Presley, even when he wants to buy a pin, he'll record it? I'm telling you. If you go into that small building, they have kept all his accounts, his checkbooks. If he wants to dash his friend anything, he will write it. He was recording everything, including the pin.
Wow.
So if you enter Graceland and you go into the building, his guitar, his clothes he wore, that up and down he used to sew. He used to design it himself. He actually discussed with the designer. On designer, how he discussed it, penny. It's entirely unique. On one idea. Now, Konya not in the studio. Not our some small room be a wire, be a fountain, small fountain be a and also almost all preserve be they won't change anything because they want to remember the man. Now, Despite is a very prominent person. What I say. So if Despite wants to leave a lasting legacy or lasting memory of his possessions, of his fantasies, what's wrong about it? I don't see nothing wrong about it. That is his fantasy. Yes. Now, Unim say you're going to be on fantasy watches. Mayweather number one. He owns large collection of watches, and he can show it to you. And he can pick one would cost about $500,000. He has a watch that cost $80 million. Mayweather, and he's keeping everything intact. Collection of watches, wristwatches. That's for Mayweather. Mayweather also has cars in his garage.
Yeah.
But the difference is that he has not built a museum to display his vehicles. That's the only difference. Okay, now listen to this. I own these vehicles. I service them almost every quarter of the year. So now we see museum to me the cars. No, you won't see these vehicles regularly on a website. And I'll say these are not cars you will see at close view. But however, you have opportunity to, because I can't go into Despite's home to go and see his vehicles. Maybe he would wish for people to come into his homes to see the vehicles he owns, because you see them on TV and events that are there. But if you are not feels that Charlie, people, I don't know, why don't you create a station where people can come close to, as though they are coming to my home? So let's rather build a museum so they can come and see the vehicles, because you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So now, for me to maintain the vehicles, I am building a museum. You come there, you pay a small fee. I'll use those amount to service. Or this kind of best service, don't maintain vehicles. It makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
Okay, so whilst we were discussing, I was taking down some few points. You see, I think old vehicles are parking in museum. Maybe he could have also sought permission from a buyer. Just to tell the story, just to add to it. I know this is to display his own vehicles, but he has added some other virtual motor experience just to add some fun to it. So I'm going to come to that as well. I think he can add some auto fun facilities
Okay.
for kids.
Okay.
Some are not trade fair and collaborate.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And
And
you
it's
raise-
yeah.
Maybe he can add those things. So when the kids come there, they can have an experience,
side
not
too,
just
so-
to come and see. After seeing, I mean, there should be something fun about the place. To me,
That's
you pay a
not bad.
small fee. So after paying that, maybe the fee can cover the, or they can separate it.
Yeah.
You can pay to go and view. When you finish,
be
and you
kinda
want to
like
have
a playground,
fun,
be-
playground. You can race. You
Or
can have.
auto-
There can be one for adults, one for kids, skating, beer, anything that is mobile. You know what I'm saying? So I think they can also add some of those things. It's one, but it's patrol one at a time. On mine, I feel like do baby. It's a munya with them. This one for cry. That's it. I'm sure these things will come over time. But basically, I just love the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just beautiful, and I'm looking forward to. I've been watching this show on DW Drive. That's where I used to.
Drive.
Yeah,
Latest
Drive.
cars on YouTube.
Yes. I think
You know-
I think one German guys were doing it.
Those days,
That
German
guy
guys-
me jealous, you know.
Yeah.
Can't be about no tree first.
See, this Super Blondie lady, no.
And I'm like,
Super Blondie, yes.
and
Also,
I'm like, as
Super
I
Blondie.
I have been.
Yeah,
Me,
Supercar
I'm
Blondie.
just an auto lover. Me,
And I'm like,
automobile won't
Yeah.
fit me cry bremo.
Yes. Now
Okay.
cars are supercar blondie. A feature no.
Ebi kra nya mai.
Ebi kra-
Ebi kra nya
You
mai.
can't find- you can't find
Yeah,
them.
the man no kwa say. Automobile companies design the man no.
No, my friend.
Ni a chair ni say be chair omo
Oh, okay.
10-15 years vision no. Ni a ye the man say.
okay, into I bet to say omo
Agents.
omo ye phones yeah them omo first to use.
Yes.
No need
And then
any
get the
And sometimes they
the
can even
feel, customize
someone
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
their
okay.
name. Even Porsche has a customized version of in somebody's name. Porsche Cayenne.
Okay.
It does. You know, so supercar blondie can come to Ghana.
Yes, come and explore.
Presentation.
And if
And
this
I know
lady
Drive
comes
will
to
definitely
Ghana
come to
for
Ghana
this
for
thing,
this.
I tell
Sure.
you.
Drive will come
Sure.
to Ghana. So they travel to every country to even sometimes
Just to
they even
explore.
do features on taxis in different countries. They explore anything. So this is also going to project Ghana further on the map. We should look at the positive sides, and I'm happy. Excellency mentioned so many of them.
Yeah, hear me,
You
papa,
know,
papa,
very, very
don't find me
important.
got to
You know,
maybe,
I think the positives are much
More.
more than the negatives. We should stop looking at the negatives. I think say we need to grow. But bottom line is that this thing is for car enthusiasts.
Yes.
Oh, it's in the
I
head
don't
of maybe almost
understand
tax.
it.
Forget
Yeah,
it.
I mean, they won't get it, but we love it.
Yeah.
I love what I'm seeing. Now, let me go to South Africa. Sir, old transporter, VW transporter.
Yes.
Omo dey music videos from Titi Jenny Pano. I do go on this app online, for example. Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest. Yeah,
Pinterest. I go
yeah.
there to view. I do receive my subscribing to almost sending me different specs. Oma customized. Charlie, look, you won't get that car anywhere. That is what I'm looking for. You won't get it. So people travel to countries. They go and pick the car from garage. Obi garage car. They break it down. Start transporter, no? And they will go and refurbish it and make it sweet.
Yeah.
And when they price it, you will go back.
You wonder.
Where are you going to? You can't get it on the market to sell. It's not sold at any garage. So I understand that some of these things. Oh yeah, no piano.
If people would have appreciated, and movie cry. I mean, Mona Lisa.
Yes.
That art, that painting. Sorry, it's a painting.
Yes, Mona Lisa.
Look at that painting and the value.
Michelangelo.
Angelo,
right?
yes.
Michelangelo.
I mean, look at that value that people place on that painting alone.
Yes. You know,
You marvel.
it's valuable. So
Yeah.
let's look at how despite.
And I can
also help the situation.
Oh yes.
But they must learn to become what's the word to use? They should be more enlightened. They should open up to the world and stop depending on sensational. They should look at go down to some of the business side of some of these things. So that you can tell the story properly. All right. And I will be a car shop and a museum and a car no and you'll be who car be no.
Battles and a 10 in Karan Chemeko Derek Money Hobaran Sana.